powerful. All at once. Come on, show me the money. And there it is. We're back again playing Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney. Oh boy. My voice is not ready for this, but it will damn well try. We're on Turnabout Airlines. Let's do this. I've got water next to me in case I need it to, and soda on the other side in case I need that. Murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Ratagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. 2 days earlier. I guess I'm fucking dead. Goyo Lakura. Oh. Goyu. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you, flying Goyu Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We're asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Might need to check out where this is going, because I'm pretty sure I deleted a bunch. Oof. Well, I'm dead. I am dead on the floor. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. First floor airplane. Have you ever heard of an airplane that has more than one floor? Wiggle waggle of the hair. I'm okay. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? It had cooled for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Such turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. What's this? Travel on? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel to my pocket? My head. Why don't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel later. I'll hand it off to an attendant. Quick turbulence to an elevator. Doing hesitation like this. Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. So what about a young child? Caught up in murder happening in an elevator. Let my past haunt me. It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. What the? What in the world happened? Into your sea. Eek! He's dead! Please, calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions. These are all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? Oh, and I think we've been accused of murder. Once again. Yeah, it's all wrong. It wasn't me. From earthquakes to elevators to being accused of murder once again. March 12th, 6:41. Flight G390, second floor, first class. I would like everyone to draw their attention to each of these characters. We have the man in the bottom left playing games and eating a bunch of food. Man in the top left, drinking heavily. The man in the top right, scared for his fucking life. And then there's Miles in the bottom right, who is just done with everyone's shit and wants off this plane. He's like, what the fuck? Not again! Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. One of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Fortunately, we've just had a minor accident on this flight. Minor? It was a fucking murder. Don't you think we're stupid? I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. Please stay on course and make a scheduled landing. We're still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we're out of this area of turbulence, I ask you please remain seated. Okay, I can't just turn off that. I would also like to note that that is a very thick law book. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! My man. There's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Listen here, I am not the killer. We found the body. You say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. As a professional flight attendant. What does that even mean? That means nothing. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. There's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence are you talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, we remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. Sire, will please understand our situation. A situation no more concerned than mine, the direction it's going in. Not to sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Again! Miss Tenero, was it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. A chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. He's a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give proper defense. From a professional flight attendant side, you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But very wary what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also don't have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then, let's get started. I know for a fact I didn't kill that man in the elevator. I don't know what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. Certainly doesn't fit in with how the crime really occurred. As a professional flight attendant, okay. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you, standing there, with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, is she saying this is the murder weapon? I'm going to present this here. So if you please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's our evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Would you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. Entirely perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Yeah. Present. Bullshit! Miss Tenero. What's with the yelling all of a sudden? F. What's a habit? Oh, it doesn't matter. Mr. Nara, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. You know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? Looks a little big and bulky. This is the thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator. Was this very travel wallet, Mr. Naro? I'm sorry. Oh, I said this was the thing I added. Okay. What? Impossible. Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. See, this wallet is clearly stained. You'd be so kind as to take a whiff? You agree it's only grape juice. Bullshit! I raise an objection that is wine. Then, that's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. A murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! Man, I should clear that pesky accusation. Wait just a sec. That is, I mean, if it was wrapped around something heavy, can you show me what's inside, please? She's trembling, and tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's any look inside, even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. I'm sure maybe you're anything in the contents of, so I see the contents of that wallet for myself. She's persistent. Suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nara, if you be so kind as open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright. There's no pry into passengers' belongings. We have no choice here. Seems that the passport is all that's in here. You saw there's nothing but a passport inside. This point is your wallet was the murder weapon argument. Moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is just as I thought. This travel wallet belongs to Mr. Ackby Hicks. It makes it the victim's property. Type P? Type passport? You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? Says yourself. You claimed you holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon. Seems I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. I was thinking the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks. After you were done with the vile deed. I found it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? I am a prosecutor! So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? I mean, she has a point. Miles would be the prime suspect. But plot armor. Okay, hold up. Let's see. What else do we have? Wait, hold up. I can present that. Can I just click? No, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna present that picture. Excuse me, but the picture's bullshit. I wonder if I might get a word in, Mr. Nara. What is it now? Mr. Nara, I wonder if you noticed a contradiction with your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. On glance at the crime scene should have told you that. Well, the scene proved that the motive for the murder was not money. Well, first of all, I can see the murder weapon right here. But also I can see his loose fucking change.
Take that!
Let me direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Ah, That's right. The floor was covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these are the very things the killer was after. Ah! A moment, got a burp. Excuse me. Probably should have hit mute. I think we can assume that the killer fell and the victim struggled with his killer. I think that the killer would have noticed something like muddy scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there's no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet!
Objection!
Ah yes, the wallet. Also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks' passport. Ah, if you're really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me, please. Miss Miles is done with everyone's shit stuff. And the attendant's wrong. It's like, hey, isn't the killer? Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Please be quiet. Miss Tenero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark. Being a light from the elevator, you see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I took no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you for releasing me. Now, commit another murder. I wonder if there is a translation for this. I think it's like you saw. Actually, let's see. Profiles. Ackby Hicks. Uh. Yeah, I don't think I can decipher that. It is a different kind of hieroglyphics. What is it now? Okay, what's he saying? I think he's... Mr. Now, if you could please translate. You're much obliged. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... He said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English as well. See? You, the attendant. Yes, sir. I'm supposed to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you'd like me to be held under arrest until we land. You dare, how dare you waste my time? You're the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. Ah, yes. Percy definitely did it. He has to have done one of these. We found out, sadly, that he wasn't the culprit of the first case. Or is it technically the second case? Because this is technically the first case, since his flashback case. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Solvent. And is he supposed to say it's insolent? Yes, I'm pretty sure that is how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt. But I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zinc LeBlanc II. I'm a very wealthy man in Borginia. But I'm not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich sir of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edward was giving me the runabout. I have to explain? Unbelievable. I'll say it once and only once. I have not even a second to waste. Time is money, as I say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? It was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I'd say around 6:15. Ah, Hicks was his name, was it? And then I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. The only person in the lounge at this time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too, I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of fucking wine. Why do they make it grape juice? And not have this man have a blatant, like, alcohol problem? I was still eating. Haven't finished, see? No. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. Not saying a word against this, right? I've no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point. But it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But you do have what you say. The evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw. Enough to give testimony? Of course! I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing an annoying little small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It's making me crazy with the click, click, click. In the description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. Blanc is talking about is a cell phone. Say, I did see him playing with it quite often, quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone? Not how hot or organizer I can see. That's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. A fragment of beauty. It produces ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Mr. Nero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? Examine the crime scene? Grant me a little measure of time. I'm sure I could produce the real culprit. When I say that, fox in the duck pen. I think that's supposed to be wolf in sheep's clothing, or fox in the hen house. One of the two. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English. It's fox got in the hen house. I believe my instance is proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I should clear up all the remaining doubts. Mr. Nair, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. Understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in emergency, all decisions are made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here. I'll ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You are not planning to raise evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha! We will see. And she's back. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? What? Unbelievable. I'm in your debt, Mr. Tenara. Mr. Tenara. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. No natural, as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. Hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, so we proceed. If you need my help with anything, please feel free to use T to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime. First floor lounge. This was Mr. Hicks' seat. That's the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator? Maybe. You should head down to the crime scene now. It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for an investigation. Not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. Mr. LeBlanc sees a gargantuan face on the chair rather closely. Marvelous face, though, isn't it? Yes, I dare say. So is a official attendant. I don't think there's any real connection between a piece of art and being an attendant. I'm not a senior attendant. I'm a professional flight attendant. As though there is such a thing as an amateur flight attendant. I think we found the amateur. Fucking amateur hour over there. What's a lifesaver doing here? I bought it at the fly shop, just beyond the lounge. If something should happen, having one will save your life. I think this guy would have been better off not taking a plane to begin with. Look at all these bottles lined up in a row. Miracle they made it through the turbulence without a scratch. Actually, we asked the drink vendor to clean up all the ones that did break earlier. He told me he put all of these up here after the turbulence. Here. I simply thought to have some variety of drinks available. I don't think anyone would drink this much. There's such a thing as overhydration. And you can't investigate anything to do with this guy. Oh, that works. Back to the lounge like an hour later. I want to thank you for your help back there, Mr. Nair. There's nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything's perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. See, don't bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. When we do, he asks you to please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out, and it is in his crew's discretion, does it? Find a way to discredit Mr. Blanc's testimony before time's up. Understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger is accounted for his or her seat, they're a search of the plane. As for business economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all, which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. One other thing, no one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the matter was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. Where do we start from? Let's start with Mr. Blanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 and 6:15. In that interval, only one person in the lounge was myself. You mean the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, the killer was around somewhere. What you say is true, then yes. First order of business, we gather information to win your trust. Toppled over a chair, yet another victim of turbulence. Oh, look at all that wine staining the back. Look like this show is extremely valuable. It was. Yes, he's used when the rocket pilots came to tour this plane. Rocket pilots leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these rocket pilots? Probably you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The rocket pilots are an extremely popular international band. And pals part because as they became more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. Not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I see how confusing the conversation would get. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought earthquake for a setting. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. plane was bad enough. Sticking for a real earthquake. Oh wait, hold on. Was that her? Oh, Sarah went base, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. I finally started searching for gas valves turn up. Oh, not that I would know since it was unconscious for most of it. Pity that a bronze statue is not when good drink has been spilled at its feet. This is the statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes. Or Mr. Hugo Hughes, who was a big fan of wine. I refuse to say the grape juice because it's not grape juice. They would not serve. Well, they might serve grape juice, but I doubt they would actually. Most planes would serve grape juice. I think this is wine, especially with how the fact that it's in like glass bottles and shit. I'm sure he would have been thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a what? Is that a hint of hero worshiping I detect? The in-flight shop is just beyond the shutters. I have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. Must remain ever vigilant. What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. This is the one on the left. Half is when he was in his 40s. The other is of him in his 80s. There is no change. Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? We need to squint more. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Sheriff, you look like you're talking to the clouds. So, tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know. We'll have a one-sided conversation. Clouds, they tell me nothing. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine and Magazine Rack. This my special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. Noted that the youth of today don't know a particle from a I don't know how to pronounce that. Particle? Or participle? I don't know. Please don't go around confuse people with made up words, Mr. Edgeworth. It was participle. I was hoping she'd say particle. Case in point. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. Quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, how unkind you are towards me. Know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. I was hoping to investigate the fucking tip bottle there. Grand piano. Oh, this grand piano is the height of this plane. Play music or whatever CD you consider his CD drive. That's not a piano. Well, it's more like an overgrown music box. Ah, but his keys to press along with the music. There's someone really playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. So I can't investigate where I was. What floors is this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. Oh, that requires a flight crew key card. So only the floor is accessible to passengers of first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. It is all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. What is this sinister looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's the piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Hugo. This is one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bank is limited edition, so it is so popular that out of our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it is beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter of the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood here. Could this have been the murder weapon? There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope you won't mind if I take a look. What's inside? It's a picture. Looks like it was taken inside of a building somewhere. Photo of Mr. Hicks stated, jot down my organizer. What was hanging off this lanyard? I shouldn't have my finger on it. I doubt anyone was going to find a dead body in the elevator on this flight. Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. He's trembling, although I can't fault her for that. It's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. Ceases over the trembling. Now, though new symptoms seem to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Has this been the cause of death? It shook very hard. Even his glasses are broken. Okay, let's start deducing shit. Yeah, the evidence I hold. Hold up, Q. Connect them. I feel like that connects. Yeah! A statue with blood on it, lying next to the body of a man who's beaten to death. Oh, my Sedgwick, I think you figure something out. Help me out. Yes, what is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like he matches up with a wound on his head. Well, not really deserving the master of the obvious title. Oh, what do you think, Miss Edgeworth? You think that's worth investigating? This figurine is a murder weapon. I just knew it. I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps the master of the oblivious would be more befitting. Captain Ugo Piggybank. I think data jotted down my organizer. His literally is the flight attendant's room. Please understand there is off limits to unauthorized personnel. This room is giving off the scent of a woman's perfume. I would think that the perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies beyond this door. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. I think he's thinking what I was thinking for a moment. Okay, let's see if there's a... Hold up, deduce this.
Eureka!
Which completely contradicts this piece of evidence. No. Well, they say something silly. I'm sorry, but where? I see the truth here in my mind's eye. I'll try to explain it in a similar fashion for you. Alright. There's something missing from the scene in front of me. It's off through that piece of evidence. What evidence do I have? His phone. There we go. I wanted to put it on there. Is this what connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Eureka!
There goes the music. Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? Ahem, his cell phone, Mrs. I guess it's because it's not there. Yes. I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. This is cell phone data how to down in my organizer. There's nothing else to deduce. Let's see. What do you have to say? You have assistance? Listener, I'd like to ask you how about investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. Please pass the message along. I'll tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. And will, however, please realize that you're still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear? You do. On your honor as a professional prosecutor? Pinky swear, I do. On my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. About the victim. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Miss Tanara. Yes, I can't but notice a sad atmosphere in here. Yes. It's a rather tragic crime. See, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear, professional flight attendant, that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. Oh, the leads I've clutched so far one more time. This lies at the intersection of logic and the evidence. Can I spin this around? I can. This badge is designed to reflect relentlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us, says strict prosecutors of the law. And edit executors the sentence, much like winter frost and blazing summer days. But is to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. From the North European Republic or Burgundia? He says he's a wealthy art dealer, time obsessed. He is 62. He looks like he's 70. Go you Airlines flight attendant charged with taking care of first class. And the victim. I feel like I'm gonna lose health for this, but hey. That worked? There wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. If the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. Oh, let's... Let's try it. And bong. Ow. Okay, so that's my only two pieces. Okay, so that's just the top. And I can't do anything else here. There's gotta be something else I can do. My question is, where's the blood? Some spilled grape juice here. Oh shit. There's a spilled the wine in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled in the turbulence. What's going up? Someone might get hurt. Aha. Mr. Edgeworth, found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene? Could it be the fucking footprints? What is it? A little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. So you think, yes, these belong to our killer. Maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. Maybe you have any help to us. Fortunately, the prints are too smudged. She'll make it hard to get a definitive match. I don't know, man. I can kind of make an outline. Oh, I see. Notice anything? Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator. I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? If they aren't, I'm sure they're a vital clue to solving this case. Maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth. Find them together. Otherwise, no one likes a credit thief. So stop stealing my lines. Okay, and I can't investigate that. Okay. This is gonna be an attempt. Let's hope that connects. Oh, that does. Good. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. Prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes. Well, it's simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding. Rather the grape. Or rather the wine, in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact. Someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that'd mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Higgs himself? If you take a look at our victim's shoes, these soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Higgs wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There's actually one other person inside the elevator. Investigation complete. And a heal. Awesome. What's going on over there? I think he's calling us an insect and saying that we're giving him her the runaround again. Nope. Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It's the same level of bad as if Praying Alive late. But the movie... What? I'm not talking to you anymore. You're just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? There is no emergency. Please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you're innocent yet? If you like, I'd prove my innocence to you right now. Oh, if you'd like, I'd prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense. Saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken. Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. What I saw. I am certain the night saw Mr. Higgs enter that elevator. It was when the needles in my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? And you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Okay. Hold up, let me look at all this. Okay, alright. Well, I guess I present the fact that there still could have been someone else in the elevator. After all, the only person in the lounge at this supposed murder was me. So, I win this testimony. If you think you're going to destroy it, then come, let me see. Hey, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, let's find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast. Rebuttal of what you saw. Alright, I think it's 4. We present... the fact that someone else could have been...
Objection!
Please take a look at this pizza for me. Make it does, I say it with around $9.99. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you not intending to sell it to me? It is not for sale. You need to present something a bit more case making to him. Okay, so I'm gonna press everything then.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course, I saw it was inside. You're sure the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. This last outpost is a bit too important to let go. Now we present this.
Objection!
There we go. I said press 1 and present. Mr. LeBlanc. What is it? There's very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please, take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled wine. Yes, and? Will you admit that you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is a set of wine footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. Evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. On. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, don't play games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? No way. That's totally impossible. Is, I guess, what he said. No way. That is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. Want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think Mr. Blanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. Then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more. Recall the details of what you witnessed for me. What I saw part 2. Whoa! God, sometimes it's just hitting the next button. I was very upset with me when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I pretended to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one! Mr. Blanc, if you please calm down. What? How dare you have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? Ah, no, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Alright, let's see. What evidence do I have?
Hold it!
Okay, let's press. Okay. So you are still upset now? I am always upset. Every time I'm not upset is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It is surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over again.
Hold it!
Perhaps. Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Hand back to me my time and money. You understand my point? Movie? Are you talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? That goes from 6 to 8. Wait, it's 7. It's like 7:30. Which means the movie would have been hit. Hit already. Oh wow, they're just gonna show us anyway. There's something of the plot harder than start time. Interesting. License to love, laugh, main murder. I'm assuming that says murder. Genre? Suspense, hard-boiled action. Runtime? 2 hours. I'm surprised there's a movie that runs exactly 2 hours. I was right, murder. They were supposed to show License to love, laugh, maim, and murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. Take my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. Even my pocket watch the destination time when I came aboard. So my watch snapped it wrong. It matched the schedule. My movie is still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
The pocket watch. I'd like to ask a little more about it, if that's alright. The movie I wanted did not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times. Oh.
Objection!
It's this. He was very wrong about the time. Mr. Blanc, you said this just now in your testimony. Hey, I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came aboard. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, meaning that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and look, time is worth 6 cents. Oh, it was worth it 6 cents. I'd like you to take a look at this. I believe this Sky magazine. Clocks in this flight are in accordance to the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tanara, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? We need a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. That small Asian country. The Republic of Zhangfa. We didn't adjust our onboard clocks at that time. Right now we're still running on Burgundian time. What? Time difference between Burgundian and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, we had to be running 3 hours fast compared to the flight's onboard clocks. That changes everything about your testimony. You bet I heard 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. Hey, there's some spat everywhere. Whoops. My 1,000,000 cents! This should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. Blanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. Question now is where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, I'm Cammy Meal. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? What? How can you be so sure of the time? That's right. He pushed his call button when we were parked at the transfer point. Ah, the stop we made at refueling and cargo transfers in Zhengfa, correct? This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Zhengfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for cooperation. Yes, it's from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any passengers leave? Anyone new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off, or on in Zhengfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer may have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on the initial takeoff. I should keep that in mind. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when he took off again at 5 a.m. Miss Meals' testimony jotted down to my organizer. Alright, that puts the time of the meta between 5 and 6:15. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhengfa. You were here the whole time from 5, yes? You're the one who could have been the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. How do you explain the footprints? Isn't that obvious? This man waited for Mr. Higgs here, this lounge, waited to kill him. Then he put the corpse in the elevator. This is when the turbulence happened. This testimony may have been mistaken. But what time I saw Mr. Higgs later on the second floor does not matter. The entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Nothing happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? Well, do you have another idea? I simply feel there's something out of place in the scenario presented. I can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge. Well, he was in a seat. Okay, it is time to think. If he was in his seat at 5, let's see. Found the victim pocket. Souvenir or picture, perhaps. I feel like this is gonna come more important later. From 5 to 6 is drinks. Also, well spaced out eating times. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I want to say this, because it means he was in his seat. I want to say it's like the lack of blood in this. So it's either this, because of these, or it's this, because he was there in his seat. feel like the question is worded incorrectly. And I can't pause to save and load if I get it wrong. But then again, okay,
Take that!
these footprints. These are headed. I believe the in-flight shop. Correct, they are headed in the direction of the shop. They look disconnected. They end all of a sudden. Right, to point out that not form one. Oh, you were right to point out that they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. And another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. Here's the footprints. What else points to the in-flight shop? Oh, okay. This.
Take that!
On the murder weapon. This little piggy bank was sold at the in-flight shop. It's sold there, and only there, and it's not displayed here in this lounge. Now then, did it find its way here? I didn't find that a tiny bit suspicious. Such a trivial point. That means that you prepared it. Take it from the shop before coming here. Pooh, innocent at all. I'll win with this man. If I may. You see, well, this is Mr. Who says. Oh? And why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that the piggy was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40. Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? But that's right. In the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it. Mr. Now, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. But then you were here on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first, then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes. You seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. You noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by. Didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, Pigman was definitely there at the shop when I was there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did I say anything about that until now? That is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? What is it now? Are you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. I haven't researched the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird. What is? Just talk to the captain, see? Said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenaro? She's lying. Go admit that you are. You need permission to search all over, but you don't. Yeah, here you are. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? Captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, lucky you, I do things the right way. Mr. Naro, why would you do such a thing? Please, excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Miss Edgeworth. If you'd follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. There's something about Mr. Naro that has piqued my curiosity. And right now, investigating in-flight shop is my top priority. Well, let's get away from Mr. Let's get away from this guy. It is now 8, so the movie is over. Oh, hello. There's a bunch to look at here. Strewn books, these flowers. This is definitely interesting to look at. There's one of the things that she's holding there. And then, of course, the biggest thing, the fucking glass. quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Hold on! You can't clean up potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. Mustn't rush things here. Must be cool, calm, and collected. Because this peebing was left at the crime scene. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Those are like... Hold up. So... Inside the display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them when even nothing's going on. I bet Miss Edgeworth, care to buy one? He sends to his shop. Up is one shop away from being sued. I guess I can't look at these strewn about things here. Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. Cleanses by looking at them. They're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. What are these? Oh, those are company's completely original line of suitcases. They practically fly out the door. That's how popular they are. You buy one, see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight. In other words, you try, then buy. No way. Anyway, doesn't matter. True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded a plane? Yeah, see that? Just look at all the Uggo heads. It's painted on there. A cute company mascot, isn't he? I can't see it. They paint on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It's certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. Like you really wanted to get one. Thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Well, that's something though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? I mean, the suitcase is designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tennaro designed this. Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, these have a sharp design. These have a very sharp design sense. Sharp, like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. We have no idea where the bigwig decided to go with it. So, bleh. Miss Tennaro designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Oh, Jesus. You okay? I'm fine. Please, watch yourself, Miss Mia. This suitcase flew you all around. It's got to be a safety violation. Yeah, I'll put it back. There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up just in such a manner as to scream, "Buy me," to any passerby. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Mila is holding, on display here. Lovely sheep, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. Where's Miss Edgeworth? You want one too. If when you're stressed. Why do I even envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? Oh yeah, Edgeworth, I am very much the same. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs for this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I would want to buy you anything. I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. A pendant? I don't see a pendant. I see ties, some shot glasses, some the Russian dolls. I attempted to say the name, I just couldn't think of it. Some statues, a mirror. I guess there's some necklaces up there, but that's too expensive. Glass from the display case doors shattered all over the floor. Looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What is this? A mini captain's hat? Tiny captain's hat. It's a tiny captain's hat. So I've seen one of these before. I don't know much about the shop, but you can still ask me about whatever. What do you think about what has happened regarding this case? I don't know. Guess I think you're the killer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I can assure you that I'm here. And the shop proved just the opposite. Yeah, but this is me. Need to get you the permission to look around. You know. So don't forget that, okay? How am I supposed to get it? How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep? You know, shoot things? For sale over there? Alright, we're gonna have to make do with my words of appreciation. Okay, I think I've found everything I can here. I think these two are connected. Yeah! Because you see these guys have the hat. The hat probably used to be on Pigbank's head. Let's give it a go and see. This Pigbank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke glass? Get at it. Eh? Really? Don't tell me you didn't know who things go where in the shop. Well, I don't. Mr. Otto's in charge of this place. Come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of the display case is needed. The glasses and that do not connect at all. This door was broken. Who is the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank? But it is odd and that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. Ah! What is it? I touched the glass and cut my finger. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, hey! Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. This is the same man as the one portrayed by the statue. Oh, is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paper we're the founder. Go You Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. Middle shelf, the realistic one. On the top shelf, that's the floral version. Floral. Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just had the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit the bullseye. Yeah, there's no eye there. 10 out of 10, best game. Has typos. Looks like I hit the bullseye. Oh, the books? Go You Airlines related books line this shelf. The history of Go You Airlines. The future of Go You Airlines. The 7 wonders of Go You. Fight on. Go You Airlines. Working name. You Go Airlines. You Go You. The title was making it very clear that they in top sellers this anytime soon. Let's see, is there anything I can do here? No, I haven't got anything else. Is there anything else I can really look at here? No. Let's look at my evidence. It's now. If I do here, is this spot somehow connected to any evidence I hold? Probably this. There's definitely something very unusual about this. About why? If the killer had broken the glass to get out of the captain's Yugo bank, there should be shards of glass lying inside the case itself. Ah, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope. No, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from turbulence right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm gonna bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too. Eh? That's nice. Which leads me to believe the killer took the Captain Hugo bank from here after the turbulence. Well, that only points to the flight attendant, the professional flight attendant. Snore, honk, shoo, honk, schnoo. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen to when I'm talking. Ah, but the murder occurred before the turbulence. Who's this piggy bank couch as a murder weapon? You mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, it's a very real possibility. But then, what if the killer went to take Captain Yugo? He broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked. That's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who'd that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda Tannaro, huh? Well, apparently I'm not done checking this area, though. Anything new in here? I feel like I'm making a... Oh! I thought that was leap logic. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Meal. Do you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they ooze strange. Like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. But pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined with too prim and proper. Yeah, look a bit uptight, don't they? I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. I find it unusual in these cases that anything is undisturbed by the turbulence. Never mind. I'm gonna find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. I don't know how Miss Rhoda reacted if she heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It'd be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? Something that's not quite right. What's unusual about this suitcase? Oh, this.
Take that!
Something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. How about the color of the wheels? Without stoppers, one would think that turbulence would fly. And so it is very likely that the suitcase was placed after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? What's this? It is completely covered in something. It's kind of scent. Because the substance in question is wine. Why would there be juice on a wheel of a suitcase? A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with conscience, I'd say. apparently designed by Miss Tenau herself. Then a certain je ne sais quoi about it. Yes. Perhaps that is the best way to put it. Appears to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. It's blood. It appears that this suitcase very strongly tied to the murder after all. Investigation complete. And a heal. So explain this to me? Why does the suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's perfectly safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps. But are you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A large item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I believe the killer using this suitcase to transport is... The victim? It looks big enough to hold a person.
Take that!
I might be losing my health immediately. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Oh, neat. Oh, even more neat. But... In light of this, I would say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body in the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing, it's just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Miss Edgeworth. Give you a bit more time. Afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. The captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, I'm not allowed to complete my investigation. Something may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, and I insist I will be allowed to receipt of reservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. That is the only condition, and I completely can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof. Real crime scene was not in the lounge. I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. Yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Mr. Narrow, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. I think it was Mr. Narrow. To be continued. That only took an hour and a half. Save my progress. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. Is that where I think it is over there? Sitting there eating rice? God, I hope I don't have to talk to him. I know that once we had landed, so just let the local police take over. Thanks to Mr. Nair and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. I just can't shake it. I'm able to talk with Mr. Nair in private. So I'm left wondering, what is she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Oh no, I have to put on a German accent. Franziska? I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed. And where there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? Be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I am placing you under arrest. What? That's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to extract my revenge on you in a different way than you. But I'll have to take what I can get. Never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wait, there's been a misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. Misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. He waited for the victim on the first floor. Oh, then beat him to death. Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? Suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can't put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way. That is the fulfillment of that. The fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. I dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Too slow. No. Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up. Understand? Mr. Edgeworth. How am I supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, you excuse me? Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francesca is up to. Perhaps I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. So many voices in so little time. I do apologize if any of my voices offend. Any and all voices are meant in satire and by trying to make it so people have a different voice than my own. People I deem unimportant, however, do not get a voice. What a view of the planes preparing for takeoff. Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation. Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own brand shops. What should I go with? Hi, Commander. Wait. Oh, what should I go with? Hi, Commander. Our airport special. Worldwide lunch boxes. Only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunch boxes made up to look like different countries' flags. So is that supposed to be Japan then? With that one? Because I see the pink lunchbox. Or are they aiming to take Lunchland to the international market? Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Oh, no. Yeah, it's definitely him. Yeah, no, you don't get a voice. You don't even get fucking emoticon. You don't even get read out. So the Steel Samurais finally get you a movie. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it. Yeah, the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. Must have been pretty scared, doing the same thing over and over to himself. Does Kid have anything to say? This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. Wow! I'd love to take a run down that runway. Oh, the youth of today. So much potential, it's so misguided. So, how's the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body up to the coroner's office. We're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I was run over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. Somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karmer's already heard barking out orders at everyone. It's kind of creepy. Though she knew where there had been a murder or something. Come in advance from your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, not blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. Must be some backstory to all of this. Oh, that should have been a logic thing. Miss Von Karmer's kind of popped in the prosecutor's office a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details? It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it. Even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt top secret part was stopped her from talking to you, detective. Although I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We'll find more as we investigate. Yes, it's high time we resume my investigation. Looking into the people involved in this case afresh. I've always wanted to give their steak ones a try. This is the same. I really want from that badly, detective. Why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. Anyway, this is the most expensive one on the menu. No voice for you. No reading for you. Why can't... Hold up. Gameplay? Reader mode. That's Edgeworth. We gotta get him some water. If it was a false alarm. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Completely ignoring me as usual. I'm pretty scared too if I got caught up in murder investigation, sir. This life vest is proof that I made it alive. It's now my most prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Nothing to do with murder, at least. I mean, point has been proven. I'm all excited to see this many planes, too. Just look at the size of these things. You like planes too, mister? Balance between the main wings and the tail wings is something, huh? Seems this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. Oh, but I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings, too. Yeah, mister, you can sit next to me. So how about that plane's wing? Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. Oh, back to the plane. So that must be the captain right there, then. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. And who might you be? I am Broad Street Prosecutor Francisca Von Karmer. And I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, being friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. Oh no. Oh no. I wouldn't bet money on our dear Captain to be much of a reputable person. You sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, we could leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip. I would like my law book back. Ah! Yeah, we left it to her whip, and things got sorted out real fast. Also, the pattern, hold up. Bring up. The pattern of this looks oddly familiar. Now see here. Ah. Sorry. I'm sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop me from going. Oh, stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second to waste of wasteful time to spend. Well, that's a lot of things. I wonder if this is actually done properly. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body has been sent off to medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Hey, that's you. What about it, detective? Did you notice something? I saw this guy on a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir. You saw him in your dreams? Oh, yeah, saw him, and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in our partnership. Being useful in your sleep is of no help to me in the real world, detective. Oh man, that's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. Ah, look over here. Quick, sir. Wave at her with me, please. There appears to be a wingman in this. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine on the magazine rack. This one's special. Oh, this one's special. Oh, it looks like an English trivia quiz. Oh, I've got one. Let's start with I and means boldly rude and disrespectful. Irate? The answer is most definitely insolent. Time's up. Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolvent. Detective Gumshoe. Don't tell me your English ability is at the same level as him. Sir, can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karmer's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions to not let you through from Miss Von Karmer. Why would you do this to me, Francisca? Did you finish taking his statement yet? Yup, all done, sir. I'm not concerned if you're not examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc's an art dealer. So he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, see? There's practically a mountain of them. Large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues. I sell all kinds of arts. Costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It looks like that other piece of cloth. What if we present that to him? Not before I inspect it. Need this much blood on this piece of cloth. So we can wrap it at some point. I'm very familiar with this fabric pattern. Oh, so through, that's for damn certain. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's Burgundian cloth! As I suspected. Your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous that orders come from overseas for more. This is the cargo you were talking about earlier? Oh no. My cargo this time is much many, I... You, detective, Hey, look, can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police. This is no good. This is no good. You refuse to exit the attendant's room, too. That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Mr. Nara. Oh wait, hold up. You have something to say. What do you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken to the attendant's room for her interview. And they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished my own interview much earlier. Quicker than her. Why is Mr. Nara's interview taking up so much time? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Mr. Nara. If you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The center of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect. Right, Francesca. Do you have a problem with that? No. But it's not unlike you. It's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, or I will prove my innocence soon enough. Can you continue my investigation? I'll have to break a line of logic fast. Okay, let's see. I guess was push for now. Or rather press.
Hold it!
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes. Hey, you say that like you're cooking the back of instant noodles. Meow! I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. See, she hasn't changed a bit. But I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. I was here in this very lounge. I was just going to press that. So tell me, Francisca, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more. Are you saying there's more I need to know? Ah, why do you whip me, sir? Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped. It appears that Francisca doesn't have all the facts in this case yet. By the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant, until his body was found, press. Press as shit. What do you mean by seen? Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. So I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. Then, from the time after that, call until the body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. I'm pretty sure,
Hold it!
it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time. That fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
We'll see about that. We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there's one thing that even you must admit this time. This unmistakably makes you the likely suspect. Okay. I'm going to present the briefcase.
Objection!
Oh, that worked. Okay. It appears that you do not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves the body was moved from a different location. The killer used the suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Now who was the van? And actually jumping to conclusions. Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. It doesn't prove that the body is moved. It could be that the killer's really chose the suitcase is a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It seemed that I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way. But you did. The killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point. As if there's proof of that. Suitcase moved. Well, that would be this.
Take that!
The spilled wine in front of the elevator? Yes, and I'd like you to draw your attention to this area here. It probably wants us to point out here. This mark here. You say it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels. I suppose. Further, there's also wine residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer didn't move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you come to your senses. Not so fast. This doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot. Part 2 of her logic. We're really gonna play chess with people and just like throw facts at people. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, as the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. Way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from. To be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? But I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. We'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. My Edgeworth, you really need to stop talking to yourself. It's weird. Prepare yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. So I'm just gonna press. So, and how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank with its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. It's easy. The case is locked. You simply had to hit the glass. Like this. No! You've shattered my heart of glass. She wants to talk about the in-flight shop in Captain Hugo Bank. Does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. Well, that's already flawed here. Hold up. Do I have a picture? Why do I not have, like, that in my organizer? That should be in there. Did you not notice that the glass is broken on the outside? Okay, let's press here. I thought there wasn't any victim's blood found in the lounge. I thought you'd say that. What? Did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood. Spatter, actually. That's actually another typo. Oh, blood spatter. It is an actual word. It references the form that blood takes when it just goes all over the place. By accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it. Are you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? We'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak. And what do you propose I did after that? Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase.
Hold it!
So I put the victim's body into the suitcase, and then, where was I headed, Francisca? It's pretty obvious. I bring it to the first class, where you could safely keep an eye on it. Talking about this thing, you know, I heard not discreet or ordinary. Annoying bat. Well then, we were intending to leave it inside the elevator. Unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the briefcase, from within the suitcase. You've experienced turbulence on a flight before. Of course. Many times. Get used to it after a while. The patch we hit was especially rough. I passed out briefly, but only for a second. Good thing it was only for a second, too. It'd been bad if you blanked out. Yes, indeed. Blinking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place. That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth. No way out. Busy put the suitcase back where you had taken it from.
Hold it!
If I really were a criminal, you really think I'd be so easily caught?
Objection!
I'm certainly in the middle of being caught right now. If I contradiction pass, I won't have much of my own hide left to save. Just say, you're looking rather caught right now. I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around in the lounge and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Hold up, I need to look at my... I feel like... Hold up, let me just... Fucking... a bunch of shit here, hold up. Maybe if I present the bank? Which one was that? Create the piggy bank.
Objection!
Okay, that was right. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. What if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake. This Captain Hugo Piggybank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing when the bank was taken from the shop is important. It's taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder, and the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did three things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, other side, Miles, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Killer proceeded to pick the bank up off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon, and by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks. User! Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one man. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. The main items all tested negative for any traces of blood. I see. Well, my assessors, please use your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible that it's in some way, sir. If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Like what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. It means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murder's personage, or is still a real crime scene.
Objection!
There's one more possibility. What would that be? The piggy bank is in fact the real murder weapon. But didn't we just... Let me finish. The killer took the get from the display case before the disturbance. By opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time the glass pane on the door was broken. Say that's perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to this display case. Francisca, what is it you're talking about? So fast, I'm not finished. As I'm talking about, also committed another sin. You tricked the captain, and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is a sin of lying. Speaking of which, I call that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, mission granted, but only if I can sit in on your investigation. We understand each other. I have no other intention of interrogating her. You're welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Mr. Now is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. In we go. So you're the one that's poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very coming on, you know. What were you to accomplish by doing that? Aye. Mr. Nara. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. But first, I must investigate the room. What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. That's our lesson found, Mr. Edgeworth. Gold crowns, swords, necklaces. There's just a shove in here, sir. The fact that these were all left on the plane implies we carried on to it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Go You to send his metal detectors out for repairs. And what are inside these boxes? Oh, there's some souvenirs I bought in Virginia. There's so many! There's even a second box! Be gone, bot! I care not for bots. What did she say? Oh yes, I find that folk car from around the world does great. Thanks for my creativity. My suitcases certainly would have done a whole lot less of your creativity. It's one of those suitcases designed by Miss Nara. That it's hardly ever been used, and I have even a single scratch on it. So these are the tennis lockers, huh? Let's hurry up and examine them, sir. Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who gave you permission to search through the attendant's lockers? Wait, detective? You're uncouth of us to look in a woman's locker without her permission. True. One moment. I'm out of water. Going to emergency reserves. Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I feel this murderous draft, and I can sense a whip not far behind. He wisened up after the whipping. There should be a clue in some sort in this trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Yes, sir. Please leave the rummaging to me. Scuffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? No sense of honor. Eek! I'm sorry. This is the woman Miss Edgeworth hurt with you. Wow! Forgive me, detective. It's easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. And it's the well kept one on top belongs to Mr. Narrow. The bottom was so mess. Got a scoundrel of a man. Let's go down a woman's bed and invade her privacy. Meow! Some things in life best kept to yourself, detective. Okay, so this is the entrance to it. What exactly is this panel for? Ah, that's the emergency control panel for the elevator. You can stop the elevator on the first floor and keep its doors open. Well, Edgeworth, isn't that something you should be doing right now? Of course, asking Mr. Now for her side of the story. Is that right? How does that have anything to do with what's over there? Nothing, really. I knew that. Why don't you hurry up with the interrogation already? So I am investigating the room first. This door leads to the cargo hold. I can't let you through without Miss Von Karma's express permission. That's not a bad way to handle this situation if it was any old case. This isn't. So between you and Miss Von Karma, who's better at their job? Oh, there's no comparison to be made, detective. None. Edgeworth is, because he actually can get himself out of problems. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I'd be able to get his permission. What do you mean? Captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taking this Miss Meal. Gotta take a sip of my sodas. My soda pops. Yes, and on top of that, mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I want to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. I really fumbled those words. Really? You will prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tonetto, was it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation? Francesca seems to be struck a nerve. All I did was check up on the shop like I always do. You saying it was her work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. Sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Narrow claims to have no other reason than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Is, this one? Please take a look at this for me, Mr. Narrow. Oh, a suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? April, I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know, as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. I gotta see that as the last one there. The last one there? That should be something you'll be putting in your logic, motherfucker. So you're saying, Miss Snow, that the suitcase in the question was the last one? Yes, it is so popular. They're practically flying off the shelves. This is not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. I'm looking at that suitcase. Really? And I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. I didn't say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? Oh, the complexion, Mr. Edgeworth, it really suits you. Cheers. Personally, as a service professional. Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous. What? That's a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcase isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining. Remaining? And there were 2 suitcases in the flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there's only 1. Looks like the story has generated quite a contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there's only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What that could be the meaning, this inconsistency. And still no logic out of this. By the way, Mr. Nero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. She's used it for a long time? I think not. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I believe you. 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. For nearly as long as Mr. Nero says. Could it be the price tag?
Take that!
Tell me, Mr. Nero, because you happen to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Why don't you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in a design sense. Sales never made her cry bitter tears. It was going increasingly clear to me. She bought it herself. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. The suitcase is originally in the in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, I only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. So what the suitcase was...
Take that!
You. It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like you were selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. Maybe I had finally accomplished something. But suitcases didn't sell. Because of the design, isn't it? This is, you put it, hideous. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. They weren't selling a single one. They were just sitting there collecting dust. Felt so bad seeing them there day in and out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight. I see, so in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt. My purchase. This is gonna take a moment. Oh, I'm not allowed to see what day it is. Yeah, no, not allowed to see what day it is. 6:40. She had just bought that. Oh, it says 540. Whoops. That's even worse. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. We can scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Missed now. Well, these are the suitcases. They should all be down in the cargo hold. This ends the suitcase the killer used. Could very well come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't favor the killer. My suitcases too. Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Ah, how could they? The suitcases are meant to be faithful partners or passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished them to be. Miss Tanara, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is through that door there. What about security? The door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Yes, Francisca? Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Common name. What do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said that culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Miles Edgeworth. You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator. Cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. The other attendant, Miss Meal, asked her, and she had this to say. Francisca got information that Miss Meal will make the elevator go down to the cargo hold. A different keycard is required. A different one? Yes. The only person who holds that particular card is you, Mr. Tanaro. And only you. What? Is this true, Mr. Tanaro? Yes, I keep the keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. I don't believe it. What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen, when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. Then tell us all about it, about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? Is disbelief written all over your face? Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case, however... Hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even this is in the courtroom. That basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. To be continued. That was a short bit there. Oh, that's the autosave, okay. So now we're in the end of it. We get to investigate this now. 2. Actually, now I can check something. Okay, that is stay. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? Copy. It's so big! Oh. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and an ultra luxurious first class seating. So this is the real scene of the murder? There's certainly a high probability of that. Which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Excuse me? What kind of operation is this airline running? Okay, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary here, sir. Wait, a file? There's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile of Miss Aunt Francisca. Ah, more logic. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like all you can do is suitcase fare. These must be all the leftovers ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? Probably screams artsy. Oh, I will purchase one then. The show will bring you much happiness. You think so? Maybe I will. Let's see. $1,200! I think I'll pass. Mr. No wonders why they don't sell. Need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although it definitely looks like one's missing. What's this brittle substance I'm stepping on? A bunch of glass fragments. Hold up, I think I have a piece here. Broken glass and glass shards. Connect those. Haha! I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. The victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of these glasses lenses. There you go, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's too early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings me back to memories when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's really wanting me to ask about the rest of the story. How much he pulls on the puppy eyes. No intention of doing so. This cargo is really big. Can't believe they fit stuff in that in here. Detective, what are you going on about? In the middle of an investigation. Whoa, stuff's falling on me. I can't really get into my work without something like this happening first. Well, let's get the show on the road. So which item do you want to start on? Miss Well, there are those who are masochistic. And there is Gumshoe. So that flight attendant, Oda Tenero, she's the killer, isn't she? I don't think we can say for sure yet. But there's certainly a great number of things pointing us in that direction. You mean like how she didn't tell us about her buying her own suitcase? Yes, however, in regard to the keycard being stolen, see if I find the video is that she's lying about that. And then this plane was carrying such large pieces of cargo. This thing's as tall as 2 of you on top of each other, sir. It'd probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity. What? Really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. You know, I need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, detective. 1, 2, 3... I think about 4 Edgeworths wide. Ooh. I just love pushing buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Yeah, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the 1st floor, detective. Can't move. Oh, yeah. Guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special keycard. On the door to the attendance room and elevator's control panels. Keycard and makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you immediately began to direct the investigation. You knew that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. You've been following a very large and involved governmental level of international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. Rather, I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol is involved? It's a top secret operation, so I can't really tell you any more than I already have. I wonder if I can connect those two. One of those two connect. They do! Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documented his profiling Francisca? Oh, I know. He's a big fan of Miss Von Karmacy. Francisca she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Well, maybe Mr. Hicks said that. Heard she was coming here, and you followed her. Detective. I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, an Interpol agent. Was actually, Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. You came to this airport to rendezvous with a victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? You found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it's prepared for him so he could recognize you in London. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol agent Hicks, isn't that correct? Should have known you'd figure it out, Mrs. Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you only did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks is on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. Now, pretty definitive evidence. But Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. What was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. No! Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisco, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue this investigation? No. Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after we landed. I see. This raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself as a member of a crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. And then he was murdered here. These glass fragments of his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and entered the elevator while they were riding up. The plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out, his pockets, leaving contents everywhere. Means where there's money scattered all over the elevator floor. Everything's coming together now. Yes, it was chamomile. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Headsworth. But the killer can be none other than Mr. Oda Tenero. That's where you're wrong, because he had to have gotten in here. which means he probably told Cammy because Miss Tenero didn't know that her card was gone. I mean, Cammy probably knew, or the captain knew, who brought him back here. Her after giving him after using the card, her stealing it from the office. If it was a crew member, then any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is a key card that allows the elevator to come down here. It's the only person with such high level access is Miss Rhoda Patinero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? That was absolutely fucking nothing. So, hold up. This is her testimony. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks the car. Yeah, that's true. Like I said earlier, it could have been Cammy or hell, even the captain. But the point to keep in mind is that the key card allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high level access is Mr. Ototonero. I feel like these two are something I need to press on because these two here connect to the card that she claims she lost. Now, back to voices. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain. As simple as that. It's Ace Attorney, nothing simple. Your father, I'm about to say, your guys' father tased Phoenix, so.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero.
Objection!
It's highly likely? Is that possibility? He is the best you can come up with. And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yes, well, I don't have any evidence. Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. You're talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Hugo piggy bank. Yes, she's also the only person with a key to open that display case.
Hold it!
That is a thing.
Objection!
Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. I don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. You must keep on insisting that it's a fake. Then what is the real murder weapon, and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That is not a surprise. After all, you know we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Be a way. Must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as a murder weapon. Please a bit further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon. Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure I can examine this more thoroughly. Where the fuck is this a slot? Is it under... This is supposed to be a piggy bank. Where's the plug? Where's the slot? That is one of the worst piggy banks I've ever seen. The crime scene. I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. Might turn up with a murder weapon if we search all the cargo and luggage. You think I hadn't thought of that? Even now we are searching through them. We haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. The piggy bank? Much more to determine if it is the real murder weapon. This is damaged or perhaps even have a dent somewhere. Murder already, and there's no sign of anything on it. And discounted as a murder weapon on that one fact alone. Anyway, it is after all made of stronger material than human flesh. So it's the body? Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, sir. We don't even have autopsy results yet. How can I say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy. Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. Hence, I wish to hear the results of the ancient Higgs autopsy. Yes, sir. And off goes Gumshoe. 5 hours later. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy. They said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said it's one giant bruise from a being over his shoulder down to his mid-back. The shoulder to his mid-back. He's beaten over such a wide area. Maybe it's a sign of a grudge against Agent Hicks. It was just his head. The killer went all out and hit multiple times, sir. Scuffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, was the wound on the victim's head consistent with a murder weapon, detective? Well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Ow! Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you will move myself from my way. What is all that racket? My luggage, my cargo, they're mine. I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think you gave... Hey, what are you? Left me a choice. You use strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. This is... Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further is the matter... The key to the display case that held the murderous bank. And then you searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Oh, I'm about to connect a bunch of dots. Doc said one giant bruise from being from his shoulder to the head down. Consistent with fall. There's a question of how do I put this together? So I understand that the big box that he fell on is not where it's supposed to be. I think that there's gonna be blood underneath it. And there would be definite damage on anything, no matter how well it made it was. Because dents, scratches, especially if you hit fucking bone, and by the looks of it, they hit the back of the head, which, yes, soft, still contains the skull. Went down to the spine a little, off to the shoulder blade, which is, I think, has another bone back there. Or down towards around the armpit, which is another bone. Back over to the shoulder blade. Yeah, no, they've hit basically bone and only bone. That thing would have, like, dented hard, because bone is tough. Okay, so what connects? Let's see here. Is there some way for me to prove that this isn't the real murder weapon? Well, the weapon couldn't be found. I'm gonna go with this, and it was the cause of death. Nope. Connection between these two pieces of information. So it's not smuggling being the cause of death. Oh, and that couldn't be found in smuggling? Nope. It's a shining example of a perfect line of logic. Well, if I say this is the cause of death, that's not right. The only leap in logic I can think of is he put something in the piggy bank. I've connected all the pieces of evidence. The only one that I can connect now is just a weapon that couldn't be found. What the fuck? Okay, what the hell? That ain't right. That ain't right. If it's not those, what could it be then? Because if he was on the trail of the international smuggling ring, then, and he got caught up by the smuggler because he had told the wrong person that he was Interpol going in for the smuggling ring, then the cause of death being and smuggling would line up. And it's not smuggling a weapon that couldn't be found. What could it be? Well, I guess there's only one I haven't done yet. Because I've done Captain Yugo Piggy Bank and smuggling. I've done... And smuggling, weapon couldn't be found. I've done smuggling, cause of death. I've done cause of death and weapon can't be found. How'd I think? So... Fuck it. What the fuck? Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive bruising all over the wide area. The correct conclusion to draw from the evidence. But those are contradicting pieces of logic! The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused this. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Oh Jesus, a sizable weapon? Well, if how could they not find a sizable weapon? Yeah. Those two, I feel like those two. Okay, good, those two do. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. So far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps it's still something we all looked at from the very beginning. Normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Are you trying to dump his way down here? Francisca! What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped! We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. You gotta check up on him, sir. This is that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. Yes, coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You aren't listening at all, are you? Well, assuming this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't think I have any evidence to show. Because yeah, no, I don't have any evidence to show. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool coming from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. You mean I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps if I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Higgs' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe what the root cause of death is. It's free fall. That's at least what I would assume. Yeah, well, let's go with free fall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extreme bruising on the back of his head and his back. No rational explanation for these injuries is he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. You claiming that there's space in this plane which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean. Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then, we're in trouble. We have a sudden death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you, tell me. You're dead, pal. Why are you screaming? He's alive! And so you have it, Miles Elizabeth. It's not possible for Agent Higgs to fell over Azrael into his death. There's living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that a larger piece of cargo wasn't there. Time. What would have happened then? Would have been a guinea and pancake for sure, sir. Suppose that man over there would still be breathing. The reality is that cargo box is there. There's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. If it may be there now, there's no proof that it was there, always there. As if there could have been a window of time when that box was not there. But there was. What? This, actually. Because they're, yeah.
Take that!
You refueled in the public of Zhengfa? Yes, this flight had a short in Zhengfa in order to refuel. That wasn't the only reason for the layover. He also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred to the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. It's labeled Zhengfa Express! Correct. It is loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa. Let's load on board and then refueling. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded at the same time? Meaning that the box was not here in the cargo holding in the Zhengfa leg of the flight. Making a clear drop from which Agent Higgs could have fallen to his death entirely possible. I think it's still very far-fetched. And allow me to a chance to prove how likely my scenario is as we examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Begin investigation. This is a rather large piece of cargo. Is it that, sir? Let's see. A leaf red statue. Never heard of it. Aye, well, all I can about it is prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Let's get investigating, sir. I'm assuming he's saying don't touch it. Okay, I'll go about. I'll tell you my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me, there, pal. This belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? See what else I can find out from him. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc? Of course it is mine. It's this fine piece of art from Europe. This leaf red statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much more. Mr. LeBlanc's reasoning for choosing this plane must have been a large cargo hold. 10 million cents? You should stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodle that makes, Detective. No, man. How did you do that? Oh, you keep getting better, seeing right through me every year. Let me count, like, how many dollars is that actually? Let's see. 10 million? Well, 100 cents is $1. 1,000 is 1,000 is 10. But I say 1,000 is $2. So if 1,000 is 10, 10,000 is 100. 100,000 is 10,000. So 10 million is 1 million, right? No, 10 million is. Oh, 10 million would be 100,000. Wouldn't it? Oh, let me see. Grab my phone. Alright, calculator. Where is my calculator? There it is. 10 million. 2, 1, 2, 3. Divide that by 100. Yeah, 100,000. So $100,000. And assuming that the regular cup noodle costs like $5 per pack, that's definitely a lot of cup noodles. Although I grow with each evolution of the planet and around the sun, I have yet the impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that doesn't make any sense. Is that euro or is it dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. If you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It's a very valuable piece of art. Right, so no, there will be no touching. Okay, let's see if we can push it. Well, that looks about right. Yeah, I figured. Something to do with the smuggling ring. It's possible this fake statue is brought on board Zhang Fa. I need to question him a bit further. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. What if it might be a fake? What? How dare you say my art is a fake? It's like a statue talking about an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Most thieves would not dare. No certification of my cargo right here. The cargo certification document? Mr. Ziegler Blanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Can't read this. What does it say? It says as plain as day. Cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. You have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue is bottom board in here, just as it states in the certificate. No, that. This means there is never a window of time in which this statue wasn't sitting there. I expect we disagree. We can't discuss until I see the statue for myself. You can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see that I am right. Yes, I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the leaf red? The art. Well, we smell it. The statue has a high amount of historic value. Unveiled at a museum in Europe. And brought to this country to exhibit it. Hold. I wanted it here. Okay, so yeah, I was right. That's why there was that pause there when I looked at it. The eyes are off. This is the infamous Ali Fred statue. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture? In more detail. These eyes made of some sort of gem. It's a real nice shade of orange. For a second, couldn't tell they were duals. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of the stray cat that lives near my house. Well, the eyes are supposed to be color. Is it possible the statue is a fake? This is a leaf red statue. I've seen this somewhere before. No wonder this thing's worth $10 million cents. Look how it sparkles, sir. And call it sparkling, detective. Maybe along layers of duly shining. Well, I already know it's the eyes and it's the picture. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, this one.
Eureka!
These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do. I really like this color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember staying out on that field, spinning with my arms out until I fell ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. As I thought. The statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? You don't know I am busy, man. I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Wow. Your leaf red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy in this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? That took us started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I'm going to inform you. I have my heartfelt sympathy. But what is that? Sympathy? For what? We'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has a blatant as compared to you. I'm talking about the two of us. And the eyes of the statue in front of us. The one in this photo. Wait a second, yelling. Nothing. Whoa! It's a photo of the statue on display in the museum in Europe. Huh? Now, do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? That your voice is a fake. A fake? I believe that even further examination will be required. Now I confirm that this is indeed a fake. There is some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhangfa. And then evidence that resolve the main contradiction. There's a fake. That art dealer doesn't look too bad about it either, sir. Let me get to the bottom of this, for his sake as well as mine. What's this? That statue looks like it's stepping all over the neighbor's cloth cover. There's someone's attitude in a sense. Oh, ooh, what did you say this? Oh, but my clothing tab is not being stepped on by anyone. It's too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate. I should never give the trespasses. As it is an expensive dress, you keep it.
Eureka!
This? It's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhangfa, there'd be no way that any part of it should wind up coming from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhangfa. And what about the cargo was served? Let's go turn. What about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? Only one reason. Anyway, this could be a proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found Big at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At the time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner. Would have no way to prove that the statue was switched, his knowledge. And someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Investigation complete. And a big heal. Not full, but big. I guess the victim knew the whole version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes. Well, this sort of could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir. In fact, it can be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here and take a picture of the cargo hold. Rather, an empty one at that. Right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing valuable piece of cargo would have been proof of NAF. After that, and do is hold the Zheng Fa cargo crew. Well, that's the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold, well, down the Europe Zheng Fa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which the Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! Miss Van Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Aldefied statue out of the way, we tested the area with luminol, and there was a reaction. I see. There was a reaction to luminol. Indication that there was blood in that spot. Stop looking at it now, sirs. Deductions were correct after all. Suppose it would appear that way. And the culprit cleaned up blood well. I think the killer did that. Could have cleaned up all the blood. This cloth. The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had the need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zheng Fa. Yes. Because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. You guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zheng Fa? There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. That's true, that throws another testimony into doubt. We could have before we landed in Zheng Fa. Oh yeah, Miss Meal, because Miss Meal claimed that this person had called them at 5 when they would have taken off again. Miss Mills, call Miss Mills' testimony about Agent Hicks regarding when we departed Zheng Fa. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but totally conscious fact, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. To be continued. Yes. I wonder how much I have left of this case. This is ruining my throat. Miss Meal. Miss Meal! Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zheng Fa? Huh? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zheng Fa. Oh? Miss Cammy Meal. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. Ugh. This is going nowhere. Nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Neal. Please tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. You telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? God, her eyes are dead. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room. All by my lonesome self. Oh, yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room. All by my lonesome self. How's a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Good fucking question. That is not even a testimony. Miss Mew, wake up! Yeah. Out like a light. She fell asleep again. The only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her.
Hold it!
Come on, give me more information. If I remember correctly, food was being served in the first class in the lounge. I think that was 3 and 4 a.m. Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda. What were you doing in the attendance room at that time? Eating. And then having the most delicious treat. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No way. You're part of our job too, you know. I don't think you sleep too much. 5 to 6 is in the flight attendant's room on myself. So you're alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. You just popped in to say hi. Should I raise an objection? Raise an objection. Miss Meal, there's a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Oh, what are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Oh yeah, is there something that says that she was...
Take
This
that!
one! I'll go present something else. I wonder if you'd be so kind to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal. A receipt? What? For the suitcase Mr. Nero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. You see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Mr. Nero. Huh? Now, here's the killer here. Thought you would have locked her up by now. Because that she'd be present as a witness. May straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Mr. Nair, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in the flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase, of which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. Did you see Miss Meal in there at that time? No. So Miss Meal, where were really between the hours of 5 and 6? Miss Cammy Meal. Huh? The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Maybe that's it. I just missed her. Ain't you callsy now? You take me for a fool. A little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth. Cost my heart. I don't have any conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. Me, do you? Hey, why don't you give me a chance and hear me out? Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. You think, then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator card. shop, you know? Ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please leave Mr. Now out of the conversation. Only you under our suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why you go with Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I don't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. You wanna know something? Miss Rhoda is kinda like... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Yeah, that makes sense, but I'm gonna spice you anyways. No, that's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Statements regarding Mr. Higgs also turned out a bunch of lies. Say I wasn't attending. You weren't suspecting me then, would you? Yes, I suppose that's true enough. But you think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too.
Hold it!
She's already being detained for further questioning. Have you already forgotten? Oh yeah, guess I just forgot. Cammy, don't tell you suspect me too. Alright, can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it. I believe you think that. I mean, hey, a killer? Other thing I was about to say, I thought it was you first as well, but now I think it's Cammy. I think she stole the thing from, I think she's part of the smuggler ring. He told her, got into the cargo hold using her shit, she stole the key, and just absolutely fucking pushed him over. Miss Mio, what do you mean by just now by no one else could have done it? She's the one in charge of the elevator key card. And the shop, you know?
Hold it!
And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal? I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. Why would I spend so much time in there? Might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. These Spanish who may not speak English. There's those who speak Burgundian. Is you on this flight who is fluent. You mean that kind of what am I in charge of? You say so in the first place. What else could I have meant? Yes, I'm really good at Burgundian. Burgundian? Charge of processing documents in Burgundian? I take care of anything that has to do with Burgundian. Very interesting.
Hold it!
Oh, misclick, whatever. Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes. Huh? But why? While Miss Tenero is busy with passengers and all of her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime.
Objection!
Miles Edgeworth, the man that you cease and desist in this line of conjectural questioning won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer. I do not honestly believe Miss Meal did any actual work aboard this flight. Well, that's not true, Mr. Edgeworth, although, well, all I'm in charge of is the attention to Burgundian stuff.
Objection!
Get burnt? So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Burgundian. Is that correct? Well, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Burgundia for a while. If that is the case, then signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. Lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Burgundian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Leaf Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. I didn't dream of falling asleep on you. Who, Mr. Edgeworth? Exactly as you say. Are you confessing having participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off a document, and use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation, after all. All I have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really, all you did was sign it. I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. Sorry about that. She's finally woken up. They're gonna be one tough fight. Suppose, and this is just a supposition, I was involved in the smuggling. You can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have had a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding the smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he was killed by a member of that ring. Did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? Oh, like me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there's some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? No, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself. Then it was Mr. Tenero, who is currently under the microscope. It seems to me that our killer is going great lengths to put in this crime on anyone they can. I have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the beginning. The plan was to push all the blame for the crime onto her. And yet, it would prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Mr. Tenero from the beginning. Is it the suitcase? Because she couldn't have expected this. But they knew that this was going to be on here. And nothing really else in my list here points to her. This! The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, but they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body from the lower deck to the first floor. But why go through the trouble to do so? Anyway, all these actions make sense. Is if the killer had wanted to frame Mr. Tenero for the murder. Mr. Tenero buys suitcases on every flight she works on without fail. But should a suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, I'd put her a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Okay, they made do with what was at hand and adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. Killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. Not a work for a fruitless endeavor. Wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? That is because of the special circumstances surrounding a particular case. Well, we don't know exactly when the murder took place. Because we were like, yeah, this took place sometime between, like, 3 and 6. Sometime between Europe and when we woke up. But I think it's where the murder took place. Special circumstances. Simply the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs are quite strict this day and age. No matter what you do, the chances that the body would be found very high. Therefore, no choice but to frame either Mr. Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of criminal's movements is not Mr. Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer. Yeah, and Are you done already? I thought I fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Yeah. You can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. There isn't a piece of evidence that still isn't there a piece of evidence still unaccounted for? It can't quite fit into the big picture. Actually, that's a very good question. What is it? I'm over here looking, I'm like, well, this was put into my pocket. This is taken from him. Put it in my pocket to frame me. Found the victim's pocket, sitting at a museum in Europe. Sitting out of a display case in mid-flight shop after the turbulence. This is to fake that. The phone. Because we have never presented this yet. We still don't know where it is. This was planted on me. This is the crime scene. And this was used to prove that to our European friend of art, that his watch was off. This was to prove that the thing was fake. Hey, we knew that this was a fake murder weapon. This was to show that someone had been in the elevator with him. And the cargo of Zhang Fa was used to make sure that this was seen as a fake. Hey, we've already disproved this earlier. We used this to prove that she was taking that she intended to frame the other attendant and for the murder, and this is to clean the blood. Hey, this was to prove her testimony wrong. This is to prove that he died from a free fall. And this was said to be overlooked. Yeah, I can't understand it myself either. What about the phone?
Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence. But none. That's because it went missing. And still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? The complex puzzle that is this case, there's one piece that kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Not gonna lie, I also got stuck on that. I'm like, man, we just haven't used this at all. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Tick's cell phone. At least that's what you were told me. That's right. But Agent Tick's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean, the killer took the phone with him? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. The victim fell to his death from that height. When his phone break as well? We'll know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. Need to take the phone. It's ringing from someone, sir. Here, detective. Where is it coming from? I'm listening. You know, 3D audio would be great for this scene right now. Seriously, why is there no 3D audio? Cause whoa, got louder. Is it in the trash can? Hold up. E. No. I thought it was that red thing in there, but it doesn't look like it. I think that's just a wrapper. Let's go with the locker. Wings coming from the wings coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. It's gotta be the victim's cell phone. Whose lockers is this, sir? It's Mr. Narrows. What? Her hair is way too long, Jesus. So, Miss Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room. Mr. Narrow's locker. What? What? Rhoda Tenero. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, was it? Mr. Rhoda Tenero right away.
Objection!
Wait. I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. The killer went to steal the keycard. They conveniently stashed the cell phone in Mr. Narrow's locker at the same time.
Objection!
This is related to the keycard, alright? In the same way that we have whole proof is that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the only bird we cannot ignore. What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer a basis conjecture at this point. Did I get the phone? Can I examine the phone? LCD's working without a screen. You can't even place a code with this. What about that? That's a camera lens. What do you think of it? I wonder. How exactly is Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of smuggling? Is there nothing else to check out here? The switch that opens the phone. They start putting keyboards like these onto cell phones. Hey, this is one of the computer cell phones they started selling recently. Computer cell phones? Yeah, it's got a computer in it, and it's a cell phone. Me, huh, Miss Edgeworth? All you need is a phone. And a phone is a phone part, nothing more. Guess yours can't even send an email. Talk about inconvenient. No problem with what I do and do not care for, Detective. No, sir. As they say, simple is best. on or in it.
Hold it!
It's not over yet. So let's look up to that. I think I'm missing. What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We still have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that points us to our killer. Let's go in more detail. Well, I already examined most of it, didn't I? Well, what if you open it again? Phone. I guess just recheck everything. Let's start with the chem ones. I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. Looks like a very similar model to my own. Mine can take photos just fine. I think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this. Take pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. So, I say that there may be some very inconvenient photos for a killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir. Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. Ugh. I go back to sleep now.
Objection!
The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. His phone still rang when I called it. I mean that only the LCDs, the screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still inside, waiting to be accessed. All you need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Francisca, your phone, if you please. Very well. Transferring. Alright, displaying it now. This is... Agent Hicks was most likely certainly obtained some evidence for his smuggling case. Hey, we fled. Well, gotta be seeing this pic, sir. This has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Oh, Shizuai. There's not much we can find out about Agent Hicks' killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? I mean, nothing in this photo. News. Well, I don't think we saw these. Because these are like right next to the boxes. Because this is where the relief red is. This is where the new thing is. So where are these? What's all this? Oh, their cargo shipped from Virginia to Zhengfa. The reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. But Mr. Blanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there's no English written on them anyway. One class of boxes is written in Bulgarian. It says, blah, blah, blah. It is cloth, in English. Could it be? This is where the killer... What? What is this? What for is that scary face? Miss Mew. Yes? He is Agent Higgs, no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence, after all. Striking piece that will point out who this killer is. Huh? Maybe you voice your mistake. I mean, of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. Virginian cargo and this piece of evidence goes straight to the killer. Probably this, because...
Take that!
And what is that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up blood they had spilt. Now, there's one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I finally have formed my answer to this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded, Zheng Fa had cloth written on it. In Bulgarian, that is. I could grab a piece to clean up blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Bulgarian. You remember that fits that description? Is you, Miss Cammy Meal? That's pretty flimsy. You'll probably search through all the boxes looking for something to use. You're frantic, you don't care if boxes in English or Bulgarian. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There's no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. If the killer supposedly could not comprehend Bulgarian, well then. Probably the killer would open this box first. Probably the bed sheets, right?
Take that!
Because I can read that. Hey, it says bed sheets in English, right on the box, sir. Precisely. Bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, as the killer told us to use some Bulgarian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. They're afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets has been opened. However, Bulgarian cloth, well, that's also of a different colour. Colour. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded over Zheng Fa? That's right. That is why the Bulgarian cloth was used. The only Bulgarian reader on board who can make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Meal. You and you alone. It'd be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. Do is contact the Zheng Fa authorities in time. You find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. What do you say, Miss Meal? I confess your crime here and now. We would rather wait and see what we find from our investigation in Zheng Fa.
Bubbles! Bubbles!
This bitch is getting demolished by Bubbles. He is Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I'm scared I was in trouble. Staples. That was easy. We've done another Phoenix Wright thing. We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did you say anything about that? Taking him down to the precinct now. We can get more out of there. Oh, you know, whenever we approach the topic, she just started throwing me at the mouth. It was scary, sir. I wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. And the thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess is mean serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Edgeworth, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I'm thanking you for your cooperation. And truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. So if I continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation. That's... I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. No. You know, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Oh, thank you. Sure, it will serve you well. Remember, we here at Go You Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. I can't believe we wound investigating the whole day, sir. But boy, was it fun. Look yourself, my day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. Ah, yes. By the way, where's Francisca? Well, she's filing out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir. Francisca? I thought I told you when you first landed. I had no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. It's been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am? You're Francisca von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing period, who living her life on the name and fame of her invincible father built. True, your father, Manfred von Kammer, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. What are you talking about? The group on the trail was a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time was only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus, there's another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent. He's a star amongst Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into him one day. I was really simply caught up in this one case. I see where we would cross paths. I suppose. I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back. In full. I'm willing to do casting calls for any villainous German of stereotypical accent. And just like that, she's gone. Oh, sir. Thank goodness. If I was easy, I won't have to watch out for her whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. Oh, it was nothing, sir. Just happy to be able to work with you again. Oh, I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt in my instant noodles tonight. How much do you cut his salary by, Francisca? I was wondering if you might give me a ride to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. Fly down the road, or in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, detective. Safety first. Thus, so went the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. The players on the other side of this war. They would begin to make themselves known throughout through the next incident. Hmm? Edgeworth speaking. Ah, finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you, I forgot my voice, Miles, my boy. Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son. He's been kidnapped. Oh. Oh, that gives me another idea. Ah, that's another book idea. And there we go. Another case done in like 4 hours.
Ugh. My voice is going to kill me. Surely because I decided, yeah, let's give these guys actual voices and voice act. Yeah, that'll be at the end of the stream here. I hope you all enjoyed. I have streams to publish as well. I forgot about that. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to check out how the previous streams, which on Twitch are in highlight form, and on YouTube, and are on YouTube in VOD form. Other than that, I don't think I have any. Oh, actually, I do have one thing I'm gonna say. Around the end of February, I will not be streaming. Important business must be attended to. Because Monster Hunter Wilds is coming up then. And gods be damned, I need to play that with my friends. Any day, though, that I don't play it with my friends, I'm probably gonna stream. But that is a big maybe. So, once Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, do expect a massive pause on streaming as I go play that game with my friends whenever they are free to play that. Yeah, next week, if I have a chance, I do want to get into the next case that's like kidnapped turnabout. I don't know who Amano is, but I give him like a weird accent. And I do apologize, like I said. All voices in this video are meant as forms of satire, and not as to be taken literally. I cannot do a female voice, so you get stereotypical German in accent. And Miles Edgeworth is, I feel like he would have a British accent. Meanwhile, I think I nailed Gumshoe. Yeah. Other than that, nothing else. So I hope you all enjoyed. Until next time, this is Cody.